Hi guys. Since I'm home from work because it's snowing outside, I don't understand why every time it snows outside everything has to close, but anyway, whatever. I mean, we do live in a cold climate, it does snow, but I thought I'd use the time to make a quick video update of how this zip binder is working out for me. Because it's really working surprisingly well. It's like it took me a few days to get used to this, but once I did, it started to kind of really, I started to feel very settled in it, so I just thought I'd sort of go through sort of what's working with it. I'm not entirely sure why it's working, but anyway, if we open this up, I think first things first, this binder lays perfectly flat. It's not laying flat right now because of something I've got in the pocket, but I'll show you that in a minute. It has 1.5 inch rings, so I can fit a lot of stuff. I was able to add 2 more months of day pages in here. Lewis asked me how I was feeling about not having a full year's diary in. I've never had a full year's diary in any of my setups, I don't think. It never would fit. And I'm not sure with this kind of diary that I'd really want a full year in, because it's kind of an awful lot of paper to carry around all the time. I mean, really, like if you look at the whole insert as it came packaged, it's like this thick. And we've got all of that. That's a lot. So anyway, I'm not really sure. But really, I use the months. You'll see, I flip to February. I do all of my sort of scheduling on here, and then when I do the weekly review every weekend, I copy all the upcoming week's appointments into the relevant day pages. Occasionally I get caught off guard when I'm trying to schedule, like if I'm flipped open to today and somebody wants to make an appointment with me on Tuesday, I might flip to Tuesday and see that it's empty, and schedule before flipping back to the February tab and seeing that I actually do have an appointment. Well, actually I did, that one is copied over. But anyway, I sort of write midday and early afternoon appointments towards the middle, morning at the top, evening closer to the bottom, so that I can kind of keep things in chronological order. Birthdays are in this sort of green ink here. The highlighter means that our paper shredding service at work is coming that day, so I want to make sure that I've got everything I've got to get rid of in it before then. The red circles are pay dates, so and I do, as you can see, almost most of the writing on here gets done in pencil. So as we move forward, I just sort of keep things that are not really set, that I just sort of want, like reminders or meetings that I might go to or whatever. I generally write lightly in pencil and put a circle around it so I see them, because usually once I get closer to the date I'll erase that so I can have the space free, but it just sort of, that gives me the ability to make these future pages work. But usually, yeah, and it's also, as I am scheduling things through the month, it's much easier to look at the month view than to look at the days, because the days are just, you have to flip and flip and flip and flip and flip to see where you have free time, whereas this you can sort of see right at a glance. Like this day I actually have an appointment first thing in the morning, but then the rest of the day is pretty much open. So anyway, so that's working pretty well. The zip binder it's fine, close. I don't necessarily zip it every time I close it. Like if I'm just carrying it into another room or something, I'll leave it like this. If I'm sitting in a meeting, I will unzip it at the beginning of the meeting and then leave it unzipped through the meeting and open it as needed. You can see it's getting pretty full now. I've got quite a lot of pages in here, but if we do the test of flipping all the pages to one side, you can still see they all fit in half of the ring, so it's not getting over capacity, but it is full. I will need to do some clean out soon, but I haven't done a clean out of this in a while, and I think that there's quite a lot of stuff that I can probably remove safely now. So I think I'm going to add that to my month's task list, by the way, the sort of flip through my info section page by page and remove obsolete information. I've got various business cards back here. I've got some of my business cards up here. There's stamps in one of these pockets and like deposit tickets in another one. Some receipts and things I need to file. I've got some stationery up in front here for quick notes and stuff, some envelopes, pencil, pen, fountain pen here. I'm gonna probably tuck, I have a mini ballpoint pen, a Zebra. It's like this tiny little thing, and I'm gonna stick it in here somewhere because having a ballpoint is really useful if you have to write on like NCR paper or something like that to make a duplicate copy. And I write checks out and stuff. I prefer to have a ballpoint with me. So I was watching Tracy, this Crazy Suburban Moms video, and she was mentioning that she was tucking her iPhone into a zip pocket inside her Portland. And I've got this zip pocket on the outside here that I haven't really had much use for. I usually have some like decongestant tablets in here, and that's about it. But anyway, I realized that I can tuck my BlackBerry in here. So this is an older BlackBerry. It's not terribly big. It's you can see it's pretty fat, but it slides right in here, no problem. And the binder itself zips right up, and I've got my whole planner and my phone all in one thing that is all zipped secure. So I can actually carry this without a bag, and it pretty much has everything I need in it. So I think that that's pretty handy. I do carry a bag almost all the time, but I realize, like, as I'm trotting around at work, I actually can carry my phone around. And I did find that even though I can't really show you at this camera angle, but the existence of the phone, you can see, makes this kind of, there's like a bulge in the back, so it's wobbly. You can see it there. But when I open it, it's still perfectly, it is up a little bit on this side, but it's still perfectly comfortable to write on over here. It actually can make, when I'm like digging back here, it's a little easier to write on because the pages are sort of lifted up a little bit so they don't get sort of pushed down into the cover too much. So anyway, I think that's pretty handy, and it almost makes me wish that there was some kind of a handle on the outside of this to make it a little bit. It is a handful. It's got it's a beefy little thing. So, but anyway, I'm pretty happy with it. I definitely like the insert quality. The binder is great. And I can fit so much stuff in it, which is really nice. So anyway, that's kind of where things stand with this now. And yeah, let me know if you have any questions or suggestions or whatever. I think the phone's pretty well protected in here. I was like kind of worried at first that it would get broken, although these like older BlackBerries are pretty bulletproof. I mean, I've dropped this all over the place and haven't had a problem. So but anyway, that's where we're at. Thanks for watching, and we'll talk soon.